Good evening. I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. Governor Wes Moore holds his first bill signing ceremony. This was the scene inside the governor's reception room as Moore and legislative leaders signed dozens of bills into law. They include issues that the governor said were high priorities for him, including the Fair Wage Act, which moves up the minimum wage to $15 next January. Also signed was the Family Prosperity Act of 2023.
Democrats and Republicans voted for these bills. And it's going to change the trajectory of our state for good. The Family Prosperity Act will permanently extend the Earned Income Tax Credit and expand the Child Tax Credit. This is a historic tax cut for working families in Maryland. It attacks child poverty at its root causes. And together, these two programs will lift at least 34,000 Maryland children to the next rung of the economic ladder.
Another measure signed into law was the Child Victims Act, which eliminates the statute of limitations as to when victims of sexual abuse can file civil claims. Meantime, Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown was in Annapolis for the bill signing today. Brown spoke with CTV News about the accomplishments of his first 100 days in office. Topping the list, he says, are measures aimed at protecting Marylanders from civil rights violations and discriminatory practices. Another item Brown mentioned was legislation his office requested that will give him the authority to investigate and prosecute police-involved deaths. Police-involved deaths. He says it's significant.
So when you look at the states that have given their attorney general the independent authority to investigate police-involved crimes, it only makes sense that we have that same independence when it comes to the decision about prosecuting that crime. When you have the attorney general investigate and then you ask a local prosecutor to make the decision about prosecuting, it's fraught with problems. It also, I think, suggests to the community that you've got a problem. So this is a best practice. We're going to take that authority, we're going to build out a team, and we're going to do the work of the people of Maryland.
In other news, police are searching for a missing 17-year-old. Her name is Leslie Hernandez Perez of Gaithersburg. She's about 5'4", 130 pounds with brown eyes and hair. She was last seen March 22nd on the 8300 block of Stead Mall Terrace. She was wearing a pink jacket, blue jeans, and white shoes. In a separate missing persons case, authorities want to know if you've seen this teenager. This is 16-year-old Jennifer Soto Morales of Tacoma Park. She's been missing since early February. If you have any information on either teenager, ask to contact police. And a pedestrian is struck and killed in Bowie last night. Maryland State Police say 58-year-old James King was walking in the left lane of Route 301 north of Excalibur Road when he was struck. King was pronounced dead on the scene. Investigators say the motorist left the scene but returned a short time later. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to contact police. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. More news in just a bit. Stay tuned.
Swapping 30 minutes of sitting with walking could reduce your stress and maybe even save your life. The American Heart Association wants to remind people to start moving. It could be as simple as choosing to take the stairs instead of the elevator, or parking further away. It's never too late to start thinking healthier and how important staying active is for both your mental health and physical health. Walking helps to reduce stress. It keeps your heart healthy, lowers your risk of type 2 diabetes, and helps keep your weight under control. So let's get out there and move more to reduce stress every day.
Welcome back. Police are investigating a triple shooting in Marlow Heights. It happened at around 6:30 last night on the 4200 block of 28th Avenue. That's where police found 3 men suffering from gunshot wounds. The victims are listed in stable condition. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to contact the authorities. And the family of a former NFL player killed in a Florida crash last year has filed a lawsuit. The family of Dwayne Haskins is alleging that he was drugged, robbed, and extorted by a man and 3 women at a Boca Raton hotel prior to his fatal accident last year. The suit also alleges that the driver of the dump truck that hit him was speeding, had worn tires and brakes, and was overloaded. Well, the 445th session of the Maryland General Assembly came to an end last night. The legislature passed over 800 bills, many which impact Prince George's. County Council Vice Chair Walla Blagay says Prince George's did pretty good, especially with bills dealing with transit-oriented development.
The biggest issues are transit-oriented development. That was a big concern, and a lot of the bills supporting that actually passed. I was surprised at how well they moved forward. When we look at the bill, business innovation also did pretty good with funding. That's one of the biggest things people want to, we want our state delegation to bring home the bacon, and it was quite a few projects that were funded. The Liberty Sports Park, that's one of the big projects on 301. They had funding. There was Prince George's Community College, the City of District Heights, City of Glenarden. A lot of our various projects throughout the county were funded.
And one bill that the council supported that did not pass would have given residents the ability to sue or appeal certain district council zoning rulings. Well, Prince George's State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy will host her second annual State of Justice Symposium this Thursday. Braveboy will discuss juvenile crime, the new marijuana law, carjacking, and other key issues. The symposium will also include a panel discussion with public safety officials.
We will be addressing some very important topics that the people of Prince George's County have a significant interest in. In addition to that, we will have a panel with our justice partners and stakeholders, including our sheriff, a representative from the police department, and legislators who will discuss some of the laws that have recently been passed in the General Assembly.
And the event takes place this Thursday from 6 to 9 at night at the Bowie State University Student Center. For more information, visit pgsao.org. Well, a Prince George's raised rapper is set to take the stage at one of America's most popular music festivals. IDK will perform at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in California this weekend. The artist is scheduled to perform this Sunday and the following Sunday. Others such as Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and The Weeknd have all graced Coachella stage in previous years. CTV spoke recently with the rapper about his upcoming performance.
I have platinum songs and travel the world and become successful, but may never ever get to play that festival. So I'm just happy to be on that.
Well, this year the headliners of the Coachella Music Festival include Bad Bunny, Blackpink, and Frank Ocean. And still to come, Simon Buggs on your Tuesday sports page. Stay tuned.
Hey there, sports fans, and coming up soon, 2 UMD women's basketball players experienced something they'll never forget, and the Nationals and Capitals both come away in a win yesterday. Stay right there.
I can't watch my granddaughter burn. I mean, I kept thinking if our car catches on fire, I can't watch that. I wasn't even thinking about what things I was losing at home or if my house caught on fire. It was mainly, we've got to get out of here, and how's that going to happen? And then the heat, I just kept thinking, like, how long before my tires melt or, my gas tank's gonna blow up, because you're inside this car and it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. The police finally came through and were pounding on the doors and saying, everybody get out of your car and run. Really, I didn't think we were gonna get out. I do think it's important to have a plan, especially for connecting and also for people knowing where things are.
Congratulations are in order for former Lady Terps guard Diamond Miller, as she was selected 2nd overall by the Minnesota Lynx in the 2023 WNBA draft last night. Miller had a good season, averaging 19.7 points and 6.4 rebounds per game. She was also a unanimous first-team All-Big Ten honoree. Miller also led the Lady Terps to their first Elite 8 appearance since 2015 this past season. Miller touched on the resiliency she's had to get to this point.
I always tell myself, fall 7, get back 8, and that's what I constantly do in life. Just because things are hard doesn't mean you can't overcome it, and I think I did that with that injury, and I'm just happy to be in this situation right now. All glory to God.
Another Lady Terp guard was also drafted yesterday. UMD guard Abby Myers was drafted 11th overall by the Dallas Wings. Miller had a good season as well, as she averaged 14.3 points and 5.1 boards per game. She was also named to the All-Big Ten second team and also played a big part in the Lady Terps reaching the Elite Eight against South Carolina. Moving on to the MLB, the Nationals grabbed the win in their series opener against the Los Angeles Angels yesterday, 6-4. The Nats will play solid defense against the Angels, not allowing them to score after the third inning. The Nats and Angels will play again tonight at 9:38. Wrapping up sports, the Capitals were also in action last night, beating the New York Islanders 5-2. This win ends a 5-game losing streak. The Caps will try and get another win, this time against the Boston Bruins tonight at 7 o'clock. And that is your Tuesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thank you, Simon. Let's get a quick look now at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 65, 55. Wednesday, mostly clear with a high near 84. Thursday, sunny with a high near 87. And Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 83. And now for the community calendar, bring your little ones out to celebrate Earth Day. Enjoy live music and create art using recycled items on Saturday, April 22nd at 10:30 in the morning in Laurel. The event will feature local children's entertainer Deborah Spice Kleiman. Kids can take part in fun activities, learn how to keep the earth green. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Search for Earth Day Family Concert and Art Activity. And that's our news tonight. I'm Byron Scott. See you tomorrow. Good night.